This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.
I am going to hold the meeting to order at 6:34. Okay. Oh man, that's I definitely cannot leave that up. That is that's
distracting.
Yeah, it's well. The worst part is it's like 5 seconds delayed. So like I did this, and then like 2 seconds later, it like showed up. And it was like, okay. I need to find the agenda, but sorry, let me get that brain. I was intended to be here a little bit earlier, and then
First item is public speak. There seems to be none.
there are no public people to speak.
We have approval of minutes.
Did everybody get a chance to read the minutes? I was actually going to bring those up. Does anybody want to make a motion to approve said minutes?
I'll happily make a motion to approve the minutes.
It has been moved.
Second that.
It has been moved and seconded. All in favor of approving the minutes? Aye. Nobody opposed. Great. The new website does make it a little bit easier to find out what meetings are going on today. It's like right on the front page. I keep accidentally clicking and I don't click. That's one of those days. The new website also jumps around a lot, so those two things sort of balance out. Okay, so the next actual thing was the discussion time for the ordinance. Did everybody look at the updated ordinance language? Does anybody have any remaining thoughts or things that we want to continue to suss out, or something you think I screwed up? Although if you think there was something I screwed up, maybe you should have sent me notes.
Prior to the meeting.
Prior to the meeting.
I thought it encompassed what we had talked about.
Yeah.
I did look at it.
I said, do you want me to like read through it? This meeting doesn't have the link to it, so I need to do it this way.
I have printed it.
Or yeah, or if anybody wants to print a copy. Email?
No, it's a when.
Oh, it was, I don't think I sent it directly this time. I think I just said it was attached to the agenda.
Oh, okay.
I can also resend it if that's
Oh,
easier.
got it. That's impressive.
Happy to resend if that's
I got it. No, I got you. Do you want to provide a quick summary of it?
Yep. So as discussed at our last meeting, the summary is effectively to take us to 11 total members, 8 of whom will be appointed by the mayor subject to city council approval in accordance with the Easthampton City Charter for terms of 3 years. Those members are just, essentially interested people with some knowledge, interest, or professional background in any of the scope of the Bees Committee of Biodiversity, Environment, and Ecological Sustainability. Nice broad mandate, so like basically anybody who wants to join.
Right.
As long as they have a positive interest in those things. And then 2 voting members shall be current members of other city boards, commissions, or committees. Also appointed by the mayor, subject to city council approval. The mayor may solicit recommendations from such boards, commissions, or committees, but shall retain appointment authority. So because there's not a good way that I know of, or also from Googling around to like have that choice come from someplace else, it still pretty much needs to come from the mayor, as far as I know. I mean, I suppose it could be like city council, but like that seems awkward. I guess it's not that awkward. We could have done it that way, but didn't. And then 1 sitting councilor to be appointed by the city council president and approved by the city council as a voting member. So that is, in a nutshell, we are expanding the group. we're reducing the number required to come from other committees, and we are maintaining a city councilor as a voting member. Again, for anybody who watches this, watch the last one. It was a banger.
Go back and watch
Yeah.
part one.
Right.
Link in the description below. Speaking of YouTube videos. Obviously, I don't know if the language is perfect, or if assuming we approve this, I will immediately send it to the ordinance committee and ask them to put us on the agenda for the update. We'll have to go talk about it. They may have language updates. I hope they don't have too many, because that could end up in a spiral. But yeah.
No, I think it's good. I do too.
Great. Well, in that case, I am going to put forward the question of, do we want to, as the Bees Committee, approve this ordinance to recommend to the ordinance committee for updating the city charter?
I'll make that motion.
Moved, seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Great.
Thank you for all the work that you did.
Yes.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, and I won't tell you exactly how much work that was. Take that as you will. So it's been a long week, and I'm punchy. Okay, so we were going to meet with Sophie and the Gardeners today. However, the representative of the Girl Scouts became ill, so she was unable to attend, so we did not actually do that. We can talk about points to be read for the next city council meeting, but I'm not even sure the ones we put in last time have been read yet, and I don't think we have substantial changes since then, other than the fact that now we have the official language of the ordinance, but I don't think they need to see that per se. And yeah, since nobody else put any end, we can talk. You want to talk about the energy thing? It's not on the agenda, but
I did add some stuff to the
Well, it is on
oh,
it's on the upcoming events part of the agenda. Well, at least the agenda that.
okay.
you
So
sent, which I guess then-
they didn't translate it particularly well.
Yeah, because
I don't know what
you have
happened.
8 points on the agenda
Yeah.
that you said, and there's only 6 on the public ones on
Annoying. Well, okay. Let's look at the actual agenda then. Maybe.
that.
Okay, yeah, great. So there. And my
Yeah.
order was even correct. Look at that.
That's right.
It's instinct.
That's right. So yeah, I mean, I don't have too many updates on the energy event other than it's still going on. I did get a quick post of it off or I sent it to the Easthampton Living magazine for potential inclusion in their calendar of events. I don't know if I'll hear back or if it'll just show up or if they won't be able to do it in time or not. But and then I am planning. I was just thinking today about plan for getting it out into some other social media spaces that we kind of touched on last time. But I'm going to put it on the Energy Advisory Committee page and then probably share it personally from there into some of the local groups. And yeah, I know we talked about having it in newsletters and on Bees websites and things like that. I don't know how much
I
of that. It's,
believe it made it
so
into
far.
easthamptonbees.org. I can just double check that right now. Did you ever check your login for that?
No, I know you sent it to me. So I need to, that's also on my agenda too. Yeah, also.
Oh, look at that. It's right on top there.
Yeah.
That looks great.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so we got it out that way.
Did go out in the
It did go out in the
newsletter.
newsletter.
Right.
So yeah, we're doing our part, at least from that standpoint.
Awesome.
And question, or do you guys have a plan to flyer, and do you have any interest in flyering? Because I would be happy to carry flyers around if I don't have to make them.
Yeah, that's probably a question for Sophie if she wants to print those. I mean, we have we haven't had a meeting for my committee since our last meeting.
Okay.
So we're meeting next week, which we'll talk about that. But yeah, I mean, if probably a little bit of flyering's not a bad idea.
I mean, just as a random side note, in terms of like efficacy of getting people to show up to stuff, and this is not just with bees, this is also with like the makerspace in town and some other stuff. Flyers have been king. Like it's not
Yeah.
even close.
Yeah.
Flyers have been what? King.
Okay.
Or, queen or emperor.
But they're effective.
They're effective.
Shogun.
Yeah, they've been substantially more effective, I think, than most digital channels because they present to people that aren't looking for it. The
Right.
problem with digital channels is you only get the audience that you already have, and
Right.
that's kind of like not ideal for most of these things. And fly because like everybody has, information overload, but we do have a number of good power boards around town and people do look for them. So
Right. Yeah, so I think, if frankly, you just make a quick request for her to see if she can get, 25 copies printed or something like that.
if you want to get me in, I can swing by sometime, pick them up. I'll try and be timely, but that was,
Yeah, let me check in with her on what else she's planning to do.
but I can hit like Cottage and the Mills or some stuff at the library. Maybe I can try and get it at Big E's if they're a little bit slow to post them sometimes, but
Reliable.
Yeah.
Window about Tom's, Corsello's.
I don't think they have ours up, and I know we've dropped it off at least once.
They take them down at the end of the month or at the end of the event. Whatever.
Okay. Well, we don't have an exit, but yeah, fair enough. Cool. Sort of related to this, if there is anything that anybody wants to plan to do in terms of this particular event, we have 2 people that are interested in volunteer helping. One is a Williston student and one is a community member. The community member expressed particular interest in helping with like event planning type stuff, and the Williston student expressed interest in doing anything. So if anybody is planning to try and like actually do some organization, get together materials, typing things up, whatever, I can put you in touch with one or both of those folks for some support. And, it's volunteers, never know what what kind of time they'll have to give or output or whatever. But like, if we're planning on doing anything worthwhile, I personally am basically only planning on showing up and talking. So I apologize, but that's the extent of what I got right now.
I'm happy to spearhead the winter sewing activity.
Okay.
But I would like
happy
to
to help with that.
Awesome. Okay, so it'd be great to just check in about like, what do we want? What do we have?
Yeah. I
What
was just
do we
thinking
need?
that like, oh yeah, that's true. We need to come up with a plan of like what we're bringing, how we're doing it. Is it like things are already going to be planted and you just take it with you? Or is it going to be like a you plant as you want it kind of thing? Like, well, those are details we can iron out. But yeah, it's already in my calendar saved that date for helping. So,
Okay,
and
so
I have
maybe we can
goldenrod
discuss this.
and
Yeah, we have seeds
Yeah,
out
we
the
have seeds.
wazoo. I probably have several jugs lying around. I think it's just a question of like, how many do we want to have?
yeah. Okay.
We kept some jugs too. I can help with specific, if you give me tasks, I can do them. And then I have some jugs.
I think the main thing that would be good to source would be a bag of
Oh, excellent.
compost. If anybody has one lying around or is willing to buy one, they're
Yep.
like $8 at Easthampton Fields.
Does that need to have his compost or have his
But-
bodies?
That would probably work.
That was a hard one.
Okay. No. I ads play randomly on my computer and I don't know what turns them on or turns them off. But when it happens, I assume it's me. Do you need like other plants or like besides jugs or like just like seed trays or little plants like pots or anything like that or no?
I also have old pots I can wash and
Should we do like clear plastic cups so that people aren't having to take a jug?
That's a nice idea.
So that's just like you have a few seeds in a cup kind of thing that you can just pluck outside.
The only question on my mind is how would they be covered? What I've done in the past is cut hardware cloth into squares and then duct tape that on top. I don't have any hardware cloth right now. If anybody else does, sort of like pre-prep
Oh,
it.
that's
have
true,
like a little
because with a
stack.
milk jug, then you just
Yeah.
flip it on top.
Exactly.
But do they need covering for a long term or just for the transport home?
Mostly a rodent thing.
Excuse me?
Like mostly a rodent thing.
A rodent thing?
keeping
Protection
eating the seeds.
from critters. Or we could just tell people to cover them at home, but I feel like the easier we can make it, the more
Yeah,
likely they will be
yeah.
successful. So that's the nice thing about milk jugs is that
Yeah,
they're self-contained.
just flop the top back over and I might have some too. I'm gonna be, well, I'll know this weekend. And I can also save them between now and then. So I'm sure we'll at least, I don't know how many we'll need, but I'm sure we'll at least have.
Or like salad containers work, like anything.
Yeah,
that is
anything
clear and
that's
has a
clear.
lid.
Yeah.
But Renee, I take your point that like maybe smaller sizes would be more.
I'm wondering if someone is new to the whole
Yeah.
gardening thing and we hand them a milk jug, they might just be like, that's a lot of seeds, you know, like.
If something
Where
is relatively
smaller.
shallow, is that okay? Or is it,
I mean, the milk jugs don't have a ton of depth because
Yeah.
it's just the bottom half anyway.
'cause I have a ton of like
Polar seltzer
deli,
jugs.
what's that?
Polar seltzer jugs.
No,
Oh.
but just like clear plastic containers with like red lids or whatever.
Oh, yeah, like the deli meat kind of
like those
containers.
sorts of things. I have a whole stack of those. Some other stuff.
Bet you
too,
that
so.
would work.
Could work.
And also that is true, even like soda bottles or
Yeah.
like you said, the thinner polar seltzer. I'll see what I can get my hands on too and just start collecting. Cause I think I feel like smaller-ish is probably a little better.
Or like a selection and people can grab what they.
Yeah,
fill up
yeah,
for.
yeah. That's true. If we have a variety, people can grab what they feel they have space for.
Okay, so you guys are going to collaborate on that. You're gonna let Sophie know that we can do some flyering if she wants us to.
Mhm.
And also let me know if you come up with anything that would be useful to have extra hands, eyes, minds for. Cool. All right, we're supposed to be reviewing the B City requirements and start discussing a plan for May 31st report submission.
I have some stuff up for that. So it's due May 31st, which is quite soon, as far as I'm concerned. Sean forwarded the email that we got from Xerxes with the requirements. I don't know, like, do we have a login to?
It's probably,
Yeah, Sophie would probably know.
yeah, it might be an Owen thing.
That's one thing to figure
recall
out.
some discussion of this before Owen dropped out of the picture. He was the login point.
Mm,
Okay.
So,
okay, well, they also say that you can email them and get them to share that information or
Yeah.
reset it or whatever. Okay.
And the fact that they emailed me means that it's not completely lost.
Right, so that's good. Okay. So I pulled up the format. There's like an online form, so it's not like we need to put like a document together. But there are a bunch of questions with data that we haven't necessarily been tracking, which is good to know for next year. But to summarize, they basically ask you to, describe what you've been up to, how many people helped or did you contact, how many total square feet of habitat, which like we actually will have an answer for. Describe any education or outreach activities, how many people attended, how many B City USA logo street signs have you installed to date, which I think is something we were supposed to do.
I don't know who would have those.
So we
but
should
okay.
maybe get one and
I think
install
it's a
it.
zero on that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
feel
zero
like
and try and
that
get
might
them.
have been a
But it sounds like a couple of sentences on each of the questions or projects.
Yeah, basically, sorry, I'm not logged into the meeting, so
Oh,
I
no,
can't
that-
share
that's
it, but
fine.
it's like basically a form and you say like, we did one project, we had 4 outreach activities, we contacted 27 people.
Yeah.
And then
Straightforward.
you can include attachments and photos and things.
We can definitely do that with, we can call it reinvasive removal.
Yeah, oh, exactly. Like we've got plenty of stuff to report
Yeah.
on. One
And
of
those have
the,
lots of pictures and we
Yes.
can we can claim like 20 or 30 people contacted per because everybody who goes by, that talks to us counts. Nice.
so I think like basically we're in good shape. We should just start putting this together so that we have all of our
We
information.
can check with Sophie and see, because like they should have, DPW would have been who got shipped those signs, I'm sure, so.
But I wonder if the signs had to be like ordered
It's possible.
and purchased.
Which I think is probably something we could accomplish by May.
Yeah.
Where did
I
you
would
find
say.
that, Jenny?
So this, they're
in the
in the
link to the
email that
renewal
they
guide.
sent, there's a
Yep.
renewal guide.
Yep.
This is our first report, so they suggested looking at someone else's. I pulled up Lexington, Mass, which is the only other B
Okay.
city in
And
Massachusetts.
you pulled up their renewal report?
Yes,
Got it.
but
Thank
it's
you.
the same like format for everyone.
Because I was checking on the our Google folder or to see if there was anything in there about like what was previously sent in, like that we would do, or so
It's a good start.
I found something, but I don't know that this is it. I didn't see much in the Google folder.
Yeah, there's one folder for Xerxes Society, and that's gonna be everything, and there's not a lot.
Does it even have our application in
Yeah.
there?
And the resolution and a press release.
And I printed out the resolution,
Oh, dang.
but only because I'm a old school reader versus a screen reader. But I didn't see anything, like I was wondering if maybe the initial,
Yeah.
the
question
initial
was-
thing that was sent in for us to be a B city was like a PDF was like saved somewhere. So we knew what information had been sent originally,
That would be good to have for sure.
but I didn't find anything.
Yeah, I don't think,
I was just curious to see like when this was set up, what questions had to be answered for like what we were gonna do or what we were gonna be working on.
one thing that was pretty clear at the beginning was you had a year to get your shit together, and you basically didn't have to do anything other than be like, hey, we want to be a B city.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so this is our first report.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
figured
yeah,
something
you're-
had to be sent in or initially to get to be a B city, and I was just curious to see if a copy of that was kept somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think so.
Okay.
And I don't think like Owen copied me on it or anything, so,
So we'll just start fresh.
yeah. I mean, we could probably ask them to send us,
It's probably a good idea.
Oh, yeah. What was it initially
Yeah.
sent?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at this just to see.
And it might not be much of anything, but I was just curious to see what the
That would be
starting point was.
Good to have.
they also sent it to Cassie. I should probably get them to update that. I'm going to forward this to y'all. House has this. Nobody else does. I don't think
Well,
I
keep
forwarded
me on
this
the
one.
forward list because.
Yeah, I'm just forwarding it
I
to
mean,
the,
there's always a question.
yeah, I'm just forwarding it. to the
Okay,
members.
thank you.
And it may not be an account you're checking or whatever. So here's another thing. We have a specific person who is a
Oh, here's our
reference.
piece of the application.
Yeah, I only have the letter of
So yeah,
support.
we were
and then
approved on
Did you say you forwarded
the
something?
21st.
Okay.
24.
Probably just the internet. The internet here has been pretty slow this week. So.
Okay, we actually do have an IPM plan. Shockingly.
I got your forward.
Okay, so I can log in and get a reset, and I will maybe start taking notes for things I'm supposed to do.
Or I guess, well, we have a invasive plant management plan that has information about IPM. It's maybe not as robust as what they're proposing.
I mean, maybe we can also try and take that, copy it,
Yeah.
get it over to TXW.
Right, it's just a question of like, is there stuff that we need to, that we're supposed to do before the end of May 31st?
Yeah.
If so, we can probably check some stuff off.
Yeah.
In addition to our other activities, like for instance, I feel like I vaguely recall that we were supposed to pass an ordinance pertaining to something, and while the ordinance that we've been working on is constructive, I don't know if it necessarily fulfills.
Yeah.
the
Well, if it's
criteria.
not in the renewal guide, though, it's probably fine. I mean, the thing is, this isn't like an award they're giving us. This is them trying to help provide some inspiration for guidance. I don't think they're gonna be like, oh, you can't do it anymore because you didn't check every box.
Mhm.
This is grist for their mill so they can,
Right. Exactly.
compile what their efforts have led to.
Yeah.
So.
I just want to make sure that we don't lose our designation.
Right. I'm saying that would be counterproductive for them to kick us off. So
I don't think we need to worry yet.
yeah, maybe next year. But we can and should still go through and try and do these things though. So, all right. So I've got to contact her, get the login, get the signs, and update our contact list. And then we can try and work through Sophie and DPW to put those up someplace.
And otherwise, maybe we can start populating stuff in the folder that's already on the drive and just,
Oh, and try and see if I can get our original request.
yeah, that would be perfect.
Cool. Okay. Do we have anything else we want to talk about or think about for Xerxes B City Society stuff?
Think so. And this might already be done. I've clicked around in the Google Drive, but so if I missed something, I'm sorry. But I'm wondering if we should just try to, for continuity, for like as do people come in or whatever, like anytime we, every month that we do the walkthrough of the bike path and, whatever we do, maybe we could add a little note. And if we take pictures, whoever takes pictures, add the pictures to the drive. So I feel like then for future purposes, whoever might be pulling together anything that we need for, regardless of what it is, everything will be on there. And I'm happy to do that. A little after our invasive days, happy to do a little write-up of
We had an intention of doing an after action strategy, but I don't think it really made it in here.
Okay.
We kind of have been doing that almost more through the website than we have through,
Oh, that's true.
somewhat haphazardly, but the after action reports that we've done that are written down are on the website.
That's true. That's true. I didn't even think about that part, that we could just pull stuff from the website.
Yeah, and I think, there's no requirements to have stuff in the shared drive or some sort of official documentation or anything. And in the interest of not doing it twice, I think the website is kind of fine.
Okay.
Because we can also appoint new committee members at the website to look at that.
Review. It's probably easier to review the website
Right.
also than just clicking through all of the things.
And they don't have to
Right.
remember how to get, how to log into Google Drive or anything.
Okay. Just trying to think of
Yeah, no,
what's easy for everybody
yeah, I love
to
it.
compile.
I totally agree.
Or even just to keep a log of
Yeah.
Yeah.
date, event, how many people showed
Yeah,
up.
and that
Make
wouldn't
our lives
necessarily,
way easier for
that
us.
might be, that's not a ton of work, and that might be worth just having a spreadsheet of
Or
stuff that
form
we did.
even.
Yeah,
4 people, 4 people pulled today.
somebody likes making forms.
Really easy. Great.
Okay, so
Real quick, I did find the email here that when we were awarded the affiliation
Oh,
of BC, it doesn't have the application in it, but it does have a link to street sign files and things like that, logos and street sign files that you can use to, I think, maybe. And there was, I saw another email
the normal way.
where Owen asked about, are we just supposed to make them and print them in a sign shop? And I didn't see a response to that, but there's also a link to B City USA commitments, which I think we kind of know what they are, but hosting pollinator awareness events and incorporating pollinator conscious practices into policies and plans, reducing pesticides.
Yeah, well, if you want to send that back out to,
Yeah,
I think I also have it, but you can just forward it back to the group, so everybody's got a recent copy.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have made signs. We don't have an official B City sign, but we do have a yard sign. that we've put out. Which
I do think we're supposed to put up official B City signs, which are probably like, we just get them made ourselves. If they send us designs, and that's what they're expecting.
they have an
For us to
official
sign.
sign
Yeah,
thing.
of
I'm trying to
course.
figure out like how would you go about getting one? But
Well, getting signs made is the thing DPW should know how to do.
no, but like, is there a template that they have?
Oh,
We can-
yeah. He just said that.
Yeah,
That's what
there's
you're
several,
saying.
there's
Okay,
several
perfect.
PDFs that they link to there that have their
Okay, sorry.
logo and then a place to fill in your city name or what have you. So I'm forwarding this all over to you now.
Oh, and Renee, do you want to start us a action log?
Sure.
I would, well, I mean, you can put it wherever you want, but I'd probably put it in the action folder.
Yep.
I do have planning. That's the thing that I did. Actually, it is kind of interesting because the planning stuff, I don't know if you looked at it, but like the invasive removal planning, like Doc has like, you know, did you do an after action on there? And it has a bunch of other stuff that we haven't really done yet, but like sourcing refreshments. But it has a few of them. But then I was doing this, and we were doing this when we started doing it. The last one is from 9 August, which obviously we did a couple since then, but I just forgot to do it. Once we stopped needing to contact like DPW in order to do the bagging,
Pick
like
up the
I
bags.
stopped. That was a lot of what the organization was around, so I kind of stopped doing it. But we can get back to it.
Oh, I see. Action invasive planning.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we might need to re-coordinate with DPW and Parks to find us a new spot to drop plastic bags, given what we were talking. So we talked a little bit at coffee on Saturday, and there's apparently some new research about how early stage growing knotweed is very good at growing from fragments. So it might be where we had gotten away from trying to solarize solarize the stuff we were chopping down because it was too intensive when it's big and bushy, but it probably wouldn't be that bag when it's just a stalk. So I'm thinking it might be a good idea to get back to that during the spring, and then we can lay off again maybe in the fall. Other thoughts? Right?
Yeah. The top of the last thing we're called because of the opening.
Other thoughts?
Sorry, I scrolled out in the action event planning folder. I was clicking around like, what's in here?
Nice. Anything else you want to talk about this evening? Oh, good.
I don't
How?
think so.
I think we're fine.
Okay. Well, we only need to, the last thing on the agenda, since we already decided not to provide more points for city council, is to pick the next date and time. Which I would submit sometime after our next invasive removal would be, because we should actually be able to go out and do at least a little bit of something, even if it's just walk.
Yeah.
There might be some garlic mustard we can pull.
14th.
That's March 14th, yeah.
So happy to get back.
Happy with the snow is gone.
So the next
Yeah, me too.
coffee and baseball is 14th.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So the week after that, perhaps?
Yeah.
About a month from now.
Okay.
18.
I was just gonna say, I'm gonna be out of town for a couple of weeks in March.
Okay.
And I would be out of town during the week after 14th.
Okay.
That can pass, no taking over to somebody else,
Yeah.
to no impact.
Well, do we want to wait for the next week? Or is that going
Bring it back the week of the 23rd.
I could do either one.
Same.
Looks like
Are we talking, sticking with Wednesday or are we looking at whatever days?
Yeah, Wednesday and Thursdays are probably the best for me.
Okay.
Mondays could work. Tuesdays definitely don't work. And Fridays would be weird.
Happy to do, yeah, a Wednesday or Thursday. Either of those weeks don't look like problems for me.
Okay, Wednesday, the 25th.
Sure.
Sure.
6:30.
Seems good.
And the rooms be decided upon by powers to be.
I will. Should I just go ahead and request conference room B?
I like B.
Fine.
Personal preference.
That'll be fine. Given the extensive discussion tonight, I should be a little bit clearer getting.
Yes, thank you so much. I did not actually cross-check against the city calendar, but it's been working some certain weeks since everybody else has regular meetings. It'll probably work.
Right.
Okay. Okay. And that has been decided. So all that remains is for the closing ceremony.
Motion to adjourn.
Has been moved to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Seconded. It has been seconded to adjourn the meeting. All in favor, raise your right hand.
Simon didn't say.
Hey, good night.
This government meeting is brought to you by Eastworks and our local cable subscribers.